Hello everyone, this is Alian Sanchez, EMEA CISO for Fortinet. I'm delighted to be part of this opening presentation of this Security Day. Of course, I would prefer to be with you in Kyiv or in Minsk, but I'll try to make this presentation as live as possible. I would like to bring your attention on this incredible year 2020 that we just lived, and the first month of 2021 are no different. But if we had like an accelerating time machine and we were in 2019 and we look forwards in what 2020 could be, we could say it has been a year of a cyber paradox. On the one hand, we find the global economies are decreasing. On this map here, you can see that there is a lot of red and a lot of yellow of these economies that were shrinking. And meanwhile, the threat did not stop. In fact, the threat has continued to adapt. If you look at the red curve here, which represent the number of records that have been stolen, you can see two interesting things. First, 10 years ago, there was already an inflection point. And the number of records that have been stolen have grown 3 orders of magnitude. And even in the first month of 2020, you can see that this red curve is still growing. So look at that. Economies are shrinking. In a normal time, people would have reduced their investments in IT and in security, and the threat continues to adapt. So when you look at these two, you can say, wow, this is going to be a terrible year technologically, from a security perspective, and economically. And in fact, something happened. The digital transformation accelerated during this last 14 months. Let's take a couple of markers, a couple of indicators of this evolving, growing digital transformation. First, the investments that were made along the year 2020. In 2019, we had a little bit less than $284 billion. And in 2021, we reached $426 billion. This is enormous. It's about 44% of growth. So the digital transformation did not stop during last year. Second indicator, home working. This is the number of times that home working has appeared in the search engine of Google. And it's been exploding by 309%. So it means there is work and there is a lot of work from home, lots of interest for working from home. Not exactly what you would expect in a shrinking world, is it? Final indicator here, 5G. 5G is one of the important contributions to digital transformation. We're talking about a network that is faster, sometimes 2 orders of magnitude faster, but also not only faster, the latency at the edge of the network, which is the time necessary to have an application reply to you or react to any event, is a lot smaller with 5G. And during 2020, the investments were 8 billion in infrastructures, in antennas, in 5G technologies in general. And that's about 100% growth. It's exactly 96% growth from the previous year. Cloud computing also has grown. You know, the cloud is one of the biggest trends that we have never experienced. And in 2020, did not stop at all. from $319 to $436 billion in cloud computing. So no, certainly not a year where the progress, the digital transformation had stopped, or the contrary. Now, everything comes with a price. All the business benefits, technological benefits that are related to this increased investments over the last year come with an increase in the risk. As the digital transformation increases, you have the attack surface, which is the opportunities for hackers to take advantage of all these new technologies that have emerged. There are new edges that are emerges, new edges to such a point that we have LAN edges, WAN edges, but we also had a lot of home edges. Remember, in about 2 weeks, we went from about 20% of people working from home on average to about 95 plus. In some companies, 100% of people were working from home. And it is fair to say that such a magnitude took everybody by surprise. And that increases the opportunities in this new ecosystem, in these new applications, to have been attacked. Home working, yeah, home working. Some people came home in a rush. They could not even take their laptop or their tower computer from the office. So they ended up connecting to business critical applications with the family PC, the same family PC that perhaps a couple of hours ago was connected to a game server with lots of risk as well. And they were using set-top boxes, which are domestic routers, where the level of technologies, the space to secure, is a lot less than in a normal office. And 5G is not only a faster 4G. The architecture of 5G is a lot more distributed. You can call upon a service. It's not a monolithic core packet network that we used to have in 4G. It's new, it's distributed. There's a lot of business benefits associated to it, but still lots of potential attacks coming into this new ecosystem. And cloud computing goes with the typical concerns about data integrity, regulatory compliance, and data privacy, not to mention delays, response time that are different. Now, in fact, despite all that, all as an ecosystem of cybersecurity professionals, we had a good year. A year that we could have said it's going to be terrible was a good year. If I judge by the numbers, Fortinet numbers, for instance, not only did we grow in volume, but also we grew in operational margin, in profitability. And whereas we are now getting ready to an economical year that will be growing, we could continue to invest. We invested 341 million in research and development. We could hire people. We could increase our capacity to serve you as end users. We could buy companies. So it was supposed to be terrible. It was good. It's a good idea to ask ourselves, why? Why such success? Well, we believe that there are three reasons, three domains that as a company we predicted that has made this year so successful. The first one is we did predict the convergence of network and security. It's actually something that we have founded this company on. In 2000, when our CEO and founder, Ken Xie, created Fortinet, he had this vision that network and security should be thought as one. There should not be security at the detriment of network innovation, and there should not be network innovation at the detriment of security. And he bet that the two stacks, connecting and protecting, could be run at the same level of performance or at a very marginal loss of performance. And he had this idea of creation an ASIC that is dedicated to security, and created a firewall that could merge the two agendas of networking and security. And 21 years later, this vision has never been so true. The second reason is Fortinet gives your freedom back when it comes to the cloud. We said how much the cloud has been important for us. However, as a security officer, I'm always a little bit reluctant to put all my data in the cloud. We say the cloud is one of the biggest trends, and it is true, but at the same time, data is our most precious asset, and we put it in the cloud. You can ask the question, where is it? And what happens if the cloud providers all of a sudden increase the storage rates? Is all the money I have saved in CapEx, am I going to spend it on OpEx as my storage or software as a service delivery fees are going to raise? In fact, our role is not to tell you go cloud or don't go cloud. This is your decision. But our role is to enable your cybersecurity policy rules to sit on top of the cloud, so that you don't need to redesign it when you change cloud. You don't need to redesign it if you repatriate some of your data home. And you are free to choose one provider and then choose another provider. And it's actually very healthy that you could be doing that. So we are a pure play security provider. We free you from the fact of being locked down in only one cloud provider. And don't get us wrong, we love the cloud. We actually have the best possible relationship with all the big cloud providers. We believe they have saved companies, economies around this world. But we also believe that we should be free from the choices of the cloud and be able to adopt as many hybridation of different cloud value propositions, including hybrid with your own data center. The third reason is we predicted the rise of the edge. A couple of years ago, our CEO came up with a presentation and said, maybe the edge will eat the cloud, maybe. So the cloud is just another edge. You have the LAN edge, you have the WAN edge, you have the OT edge, and you also have the cloud edge. And that emergence of the cloud has really served the companies in their digital transformation. They can think of innovative applications, collaborative applications, operating at the edge of the network and secure them. So what makes us think this is right? Well, you made us think this is right. Look at the adoption numbers. Our SD-WAN solutions that crystallize the vision of convergence between network and security grew 96% in the last 12 months in 2020. Our cloud solutions grew 64%, and our edges solutions grew 173%. That is a lot more than just the market growth. That was about 20% over the last 12 months. So that verdict of a massive adoption of our vision makes us think that this vision is right, and this vision explains how altogether we had a great 2020 year. Now, what is coming around the corner is a new paradigm. Today, we have on the left-hand side of this slide, offices, people, objects that want to connect to the other edge of the slide, to the cloud applications, to the data center applications. And in the middle, you still have a transport layer and a data center layer. This is going to change. The middle layer is about to merge, and the connectivity layer will still have to connect all these billions of objects and hundreds of millions of users you can see on the left-hand side to these innovative multi-cloud and data center-based innovative applications. And that has consequences in 4 dimensions. It has consequences on the architecture dimension. It has consequences on the applications dimensions. It has all these 4 consequences that you can see on the slide. And this right-hand side is the to-be architecture. The architecture of the information systems of tomorrow, where you need to have security everywhere. You need to be able to secure hybrid cloud, including multiple cloud, multiple applications, working in your data centers for some of them, working in different clouds for some others of them. And you need to have a full visibility of your data, your applications, your users, your computers, your servers, your sessions, all across this new architecture. And we believe that there is no one single technology, there is no panacea that can protect you from this diversity of possibilities in the traffic. But we believe that a unified, integrated, automated, and broad platform is the solutions moving forward. In fact, maybe we witnessed in 2020 what we used to call the best of breed way of buying cybersecurity, where at the beginning of the years 2000, we could say, buy the best antivirus, could be from one given vendor, then buy the best sandbox, then buy the best authentication, and someone else will put that together. We just don't have time for that. We just don't have budgets for that. We just don't have skills for that. So a pre-integrated, broad, integrated and automated platform is the way forwards in the cybersecurity strategies. And we're bringing this to the next layer by integrating, including all the building blocks that are so crucial to architect the cybersecurity solutions of tomorrow into the operation systems, so that you can enforce one single policy across your data center, your remote sites, your remote workers, wireline, wireless infrastructure, just one single interface. You have to learn it once, and then it keeps all the possible scenarios open. Go more to the cloud, same OS. Go back to your data center, same OS. Adopt any hybridation of the above, same operating system. Now, let's look at 3 elements that are as many business cases of the rightness of this vision. Let's take the example of a secure SD branch. I said we had 96% massive adoption of SD-WAN solutions here. And the way we've done it is like we've always done. We were not first to come to this market. However, we did analyze deeply the real user needs by talking on a daily basis to real cybersecurity officers just like yourself. We integrated natively in the solution the same and latest technologies. We developed them ourselves. We didn't just buy some pieces and bits around the place. We did develop it internally, natively into the OS. And we embedded security into SD-WAN, because SD-WAN is not new, right? I've been talking about SD-WAN for the last 20 years. It means software-driven wide area networks. Basically, the applications talks to the router, and the application tells the quality of service, the prioritization of the various applications, tells you whether or not you're going to use this provider or that other internet provider, or just route your traffic to your MPLS. Now, integrating cybersecurity advanced solution into SD-WAN, what we call secured SD-WAN, leading to secured SD branches, that explains how important it has been recognized by our users today. Another example is a great concept in a bad word: zero trust network access. That doesn't mean that we're going to stop trusting our users, our partners, our distribution channel, and the entire ecosystems of our information system. It does mean, on the contrary, that every transaction, every user, every session, every single machine, including this fancy wireless Bluetooth, needs to earn the right to connect to the information system in real time. And that opens the door to a world of possibility. It opens the door, for instance, to orchestrate the response across your existing infrastructure. Whether it comes from 1 or 10 vendors, we offer the possibility to extend the benefits of Fortinet security fabric to third-party equipment. So it's not only about analyzing the threat, it's about responding to the threat in an orchestrated manner. Third example is the way we put SASE in place. You know, SASE is a relatively recent concept. It's been first quoted by a blog of the Gartner Group, to my knowledge, in July 2019. And what does it mean, really? It means WAN services, wide area network services, security services, all delivered remotely. So that is the core idea of security-driven networking. Basically, you integrate the network functions and the security functions, and then you deliver them. And we will have exactly the same winning strategy that we had for SD-WAN. We will truly see beyond the hype what are the real needs of our users. And we already know what the real needs are: to be able to deliver an embedded security throughout the network and be able to secure the entire scope, users, application, servers, sessions, etc. And our roadmap of SASE would leverage from the latest technologies and will come all integrated into the security fabric. And that is recognized, that concept of Fortinet security fabric has been regularly recognized by third-party analysts. For the 12th time in a row, it is what is more exceptional, one single platform that has been recognized across many different of these magic quadrants. Why do we like, as an industry, magic quadrants? Because they combine two important dimensions. The first dimension is the completeness of the vision. Okay, it's good to see the future. Very good, by the way. But it's also as good to be able to execute it. So the second dimension is the ability to execute. And the same platform, again, the same security fabric has been recognized in different categories of the Magic Quadrants. And that means how strong the one platform, one OS message is important. Let me finish this presentation with 3 takeaways. The first one is time is the ultimate verdict for a vision. And Fortinet vision has been proved strong for the last 20 years and in the last very challenging year, 2020. Second thing, the future is in the edge. The edge will become more and more important and will be more and more the theater of attacks. So the new battlefield of integrated networking and advanced security is in the edge. And the third thing is one OS, one platform enables you to embrace every single scenarios. Please use the chats and send us your questions. We will be delighted to answer to them. That was Alian Sanchez, EMEA CISO for Fortinet. Thank you very much for your attention.